I found it. Okay guys, today we are going to be talking about this amazing little plant, which is jewelweed. So, jewelweed is also known as orange jewelweed and spotted jewelweed. And I'll flip you around here in a little bit so that you can see it. But this amazing plant has been used for centuries by herbalists and Native Americans. Now, they used to use it internally, however, it is recommended that you only use it externally because it can be dangerous if you use too much of it internally. And also, if you have sensitive skin, you are going to want to do a patch test. So, let's talk about this cool little plant and tell you what we're going to use it for. So, this is jewelweed. So, they also call this touch-me-nots, spotted jewelweed, and orange jewelweed. And what's really cool about these is they grow about 2 to 5 feet tall, and they like shaded, moist areas, and they often are always growing near poison ivy. Now, why is that ironic? Well, let me tell you. This plant growing near poison ivy, so ironic? Well, it's like God put the natural antidote to poison ivy right next to it. So you can actually take jewelweed and you can make a salve, and it will actually treat bug bites, poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. So today we are actually going to pick some and take it home, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a salve. Now, the blooming period for these are late spring to early fall, so I'm going to post this video, and if you plan on wanting to make it, you are going to want to harvest it before the blooming period is over, and then we will make the salve later on. But you're going to want to do it sooner than later because the oil does have to sit for 4 to 6 weeks, so this will be really good to use for like next year, but you want to get it sooner than later. So something else that's really cool about these little plants, which is not going to do it because they are wet right now, but these little things actually have seed pods, and if you squeeze them, the seeds actually like to explode and go everywhere. But like I said, it's the morning and they have the morning dew on them, so it's not happening right this second. But we're gonna go ahead and pick some and take them home, and we're gonna make our salve.
Looking over West Virginia, smoking spirits on the roof, she asked, ain't anybody told you that them things are bad for you? I said, many folks have warned me, there's been several people try, but up till now there ain't been nothing that I couldn't leave behind. Hold me close, my dear.
So I just got home and I put the jewelweed that I foraged on some parchment paper and on a cookie sheet, and you can dry these out a couple different ways. I'm just drying it out enough to get the moisture out of it so that it doesn't mold when I put it in the oil, but you can leave these out in the sun, you can put it in a dehydrator. I'm just putting mine in the oven at 200 degrees just for like 10-ish minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like after we dry it out. Okay, this is what it looks like before I dry it out. I'm just doing a really small batch this time, but I am going to go back and get some more. And this is what you're going to be left with after they are all dried out. Our jewelweed is all dry. I have it here. You want to get yourself a jar. I'm just using this old peach slice jar. And you're going to get yourself a carrier oil. So I am just using jojoba oil and some olive oil I'm going to end up putting in. But you can use olive oil. You just want to make sure it's like a good brand, but you can use just olive oil, you can use jojoba, you can use any type of carrier oil, castor oil, literally anything you want. You can use anything you want to put into your salve. So we are going to add these dried leaves to our jar. Now I am going to go back and get more to make a little bit of a bigger batch. But for now, I'm just going to throw these in and get it started, and then later today, when we go back over to the property, I'll go get some more and I'll add it to the jar. But we're just going to add these in, and be mindful too with how much you pick, because obviously they do shrink down pretty well after you dry them, just like anything. So we're going to add it in there, and then I'm just going to cover them with my jojoba oil, and when I go and get more, I'm going to add in some more oil, some olive oil, but yeah, you just want to put some plants in there and then cover it with some oil. So this is what it's looking like. So we're going to put the cap on and let this infuse, but like I said, I'm going to dry some out and put some more. I want at least probably like a cup of flowers to my oil, and you're just going to cover them up. Okay, so now that you got your dried flowers in your oil, you are just going to store this in a cool, dark place for 4 to 6 weeks and let it infuse. Now, you can speed this up by actually heating up the oil and the flowers, and you can do it within a couple of hours. I like to let mine sit for a couple weeks, and you're just going to go in every so often and shake it. But like I said, I'm going to grab some more flowers and add them in. But that's what we're looking like, so we'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks just to show you how to make a salve. So stay tuned.